Guiding Light, presented by today's Ivory Liquid, with its Young Hands formula that helps hands look young again.
I'm not sure you're right, Papa Bauer. It might do Bill a lot of good to see you now.
I don't believe this. I would only rub my son the wrong way if I'm seeing him now.
Well, you can't be sure unless you try. Maybe Bill has changed his mind about having you live with him.
But Edward told me that he's worse.
Well, I think at least you ought to go and see Bert. You have no problem with her.
Well, good time I'll do that. But believe me, I know my son. And I know it's not a good time for me to be near him. Nor Bertha, because of course she will tell him.
Maybe you know best. You've been close to Bill for a long time.
How's your son, huh?
Well, I never got close to my son till a few months ago. Now we're losing him again.
Losing him? Is it that bad?
Well, you know, he's not living with us. He's living with George and Jane.
Yeah, Robin told me. You know, it's very much on her conscience. She feels that she has robbed you of your son and is very unhappy.
Yes, I know. She isn't herself yet. The Robin we both know never could have said such an unjust, such a cruel thing to Johnny. Blaming him for the loss of our baby.
But now she knows how wrong this was.
Yes. Now it's too late. The damage is done.
But how can this affect your relationship to your son? Why do you say you are losing him? He's only staying for the summer with Jane and George.
That was the plan, but the other day, I tried to find out when he wants to come back home. I couldn't get him to say when. I don't think he wants to come back home. Now that he's cut loose, he's drifting away. I'm losing him, Papa Bauer.
I don't want to sound selfish, Peggy, but I'd hate to see you go away for very long.
I'll only be gone for a few weeks. Just a vacation. I won't be gone forever.
Yeah, but not seeing you for a few weeks would feel like forever.
I'll miss you, too.
You're the only person in the world I feel close to now. You know that.
Johnny, not the only one.
The only one.
I mean, you don't feel close to your father anymore?
Well, I like him. I guess you could say I love him. No, I don't feel close to him.
Johnny, you make me feel so bad about leaving you.
Maybe I'll make you feel bad enough so you won't.
Well, it isn't settled yet, but I am going to keep after Mom about this vacation. I'm sorry, but I am.
You're pretty persistent when you want to be.
It's just that I think it's important for Dad and Mom and me to go on this vacation together. Important for Dad and Mom most of all.
Then why don't you get them to go alone and you stay here with me?
You're pretty persistent, too.
But...
No. Because even if they did go alone, I'm afraid they'd argue. You see, I think I keep them from arguing just by being near them.
Well, you didn't keep them from arguing the other night.
Well, they thought I'd gone to bed. You know, I'm so glad I asked Dad about that argument. You don't know what a load that is off my mind.
Oh, yes, I do. You should have seen your face before you asked him.
Well, from what I heard, I thought Mom had done something awful that Dad had proof of and that he made her marry him. Anyway, Dad just sat down and explained the whole thing away. Then I felt so ashamed that I'd imagined what I imagined that right there I promised him that I'd get Mom to go on that vacation. And I'm going to.
I don't know why you think this vacation's going to help so much.
Well, I think if Dad and Mom get off from work and go on this vacation to the mountains, well, beautiful places make beautiful thoughts. And I think maybe Mom will realize that she does love him.
I'm not going to talk you out of this trip, am I? And I've got a feeling you're going to talk your mother right into it.
Oh, I just remembered. I have to go to Carson Associates and pick up Mom's Social Security card.
Well, what's it doing at Carson Associates? She hasn't worked there in a long time.
I know. She left it in her old office. She just remembered when Mr. Hayes asked her about it. Most people keep it in their purses, but Mom was afraid she'd lose it. Anyway, I hope it's still there and I can find it.
Well, hadn't you better get going? I mean, the office will be closed. It's almost 6 now.
Yeah, I better hurry.
Well, can I come with you?
Well, I have to be home right away.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll drive you home. No, wait a minute. I'll drive you to Carson Associates, and then I'll drive you home.
Idiot, Carson Associates is right around the block.
All right, then I'll wait here, and then I'll drive you home.
Well, my private chauffeur.